afternoon. My name is Lashanda, and I'm here to give my formal speech on how I cook gumbo. And it's titled, Taste of New Orleans. In the speech, I'll cover a brief history of gumbo, tell how gumbo influenced the city of New Orleans, list the most popular types of gumbo, and give you the ingredients of what I use and how I cook gumbo. The history of gumbo dates back to before the times of the West African slaves. The West African slaves of Louisiana would gather okra and cook it and serve it over rice so they would have meals to eat. The name gumbo also came from the West African slaves. The West African slave name for okra is Kim Gumbo, is where the name gumbo originated from. Gumbo in New Orleans. Gumbo is the most popular, desired dish served in New Orleans. It's cooked for every holiday, and when visitors and tourists come, they expect and they look forward to having a hot bowl of gumbo. If you ask some people about gumbo, some people will say it's a soup. Some people will say it's a stew, but if you ask someone from New Orleans, they will tell you that gumbo is in a food group of its own. Gumbo brings families and even cultures together. It has been for years. Even if it's not a holiday, if a pot of gumbo was cooked, you will get family members, friends, neighbors, and even some enemies to come to the house to eat gumbo. And it doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're poor, if you're rich, if you come from the outhouse, if you're in the White House. Everybody loves gumbo. Gumbo is also served in almost every restaurant in New Orleans. Now there's countless ways you can make gumbo. There's no set recipe for it. But if you, excuse me, if you ask anyone about gumbo, if you know anything about gumbo, this will be the most popular type. Seafood gumbo, chicken and smoked sausage gumbo, okra gumbo, and vegetable gumbo. The vegetable gumbo I know with being from New Orleans is mostly cooked and eaten during Lent season. For those people who practice their religious beliefs, is mostly cooked and eaten at that time. Now, how I cook gumbo. In my home, I cook a blend of seafood gumbo and the chicken and smoked sausage gumbo. And I started doing it that way because my husband has to have a spoonful of meat every bite when he eats his gumbo. So this is the ingredients I use when I cook it. Flour, cooking oil, gumbo filet, seasoning, my meats, shrimp, crawfish, smoked sausage, hot sausage, chicken gizzards, and blue crabs. I can't always find blue crabs here in Fayetteville, so I would substitute the blue crab for crab legs, snow crab legs when I can't find them. And if your family loves gumbo like mine do, you will need you a big gumbo pot. And for preparation, you know, you have to chop your seasoning. Whatever seasonings you like, your onions, your green peppers, green onion, whatever, garlic. You want to chop that. Your meats, clean the gizzards, peel the crawfish and shrimp. And you need to keep the shells from the shrimp and the crawfish. You're going to use that for the gumbo. So keep that, don't throw it away. And then get into the cooking. The first thing you need to do is make your roux. Now, the root is a base for the gumbo. It's also used for thickener, and you can make it by mixing the flour and cooking or in a saucepan on a medium fire and stir it until it's the darkness that you like and thickness that you like. I personally like it to be darkest, like the one on the bottom in here. I just think it tastes better, it gives the gumbo better flavor. And also when it's made and the root is light, in my mind, I think that everything in the gumbo is raw, it's not cooked. So I just tend to like my root to be darker. After you cook your root, after that's done, you sit that on the side and you take your gumbo pot and you want to put your seasoning, your chopped seasonings with 2 cups of water and your powder seasoning. That's your gumbo filet, your salt, pepper, Creole, seasonal, whatever seasonings that you use. And you put that in and let that cook for 30 minutes. And while you're doing that, you take your shells from your shrimp. Remember I said to keep those, don't throw them away. Your shell from your shrimp and your crawfish, and you want to put those in 2 big pots separate. And ball it, bring it to a ball. And once your seasoning is cooked, you want to take the root and add the root to the pot along with your chicken gizzards. And let the chicken gizzards cook in there for 30 minutes. I do this because anybody here have chicken gizzards, they know chicken gizzards is tough. And so to make sure it's cooked fully with the rest of the meats and ingredients in the gumbo, I cook that by itself for 30 minutes. Once the gizzards cook down, I take that juice from the shrimp shells and the crawfish shells and add it to the pot with the gizzards. And from there, you would just add your meat, starting with the smoked sausage, with the last meat being a shrimp. And in between each meat group, let it cook for 15 minutes. So, you know, everything is good and cooked and saturated in the juice. And once you add your shrimp and it's cooked for 15 minutes, you take it off the fire, cover it, and let it sit. And you have your nice hot gumbo. That's the way I cook my gumbo at my house. Seafood / chicken and smoked sausage gumbo. So it doesn't matter where you live, where you're from. It doesn't matter your background or your culture. You can make gumbo with whatever ingredients you desire, to match your taste buds that please you. And in every bite, you will have a taste that you want. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions at this time?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Out of all the places times you eat gumbo, where is the best? Where's the best you ever had?
Well, it wasn't at a restaurant. The best gumbo I've ever had was when my auntie cooked it at the house. Yeah, put a foot in it. Yes, ma'am.
So how long have you been making your gumbo this way?
Since 2006.
So would you say you mastered it?
I got it. I got it.
Do you take visitors?
Yeah, I never deny nobody from food. Yes, sir.
What size shrimp do you use?
Again, because of my husband, he wants a meat and everybody, I get the real jumbo, the real big one.
I knew it. It just had to be. It sounded great.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Can we get a copy of your gumbo recipe?
Of course.
Yes.
Any other questions? Thank you.